Decided to come down here tonight, 64, the Portland protest. BLM movement. Haven't been down here in a few nights, so going for it. Brianna's here tonight. She's going.
My ringer will be on, so if you need anything, okay. Yeah, even if you want me to like come down and
You can hear me, and I think I can repeat myself more than once, right? When the hand goes up, thank you. Hey, down there, excuse me, excuse me. Thank you. When the hand goes up, mouth goes shut. Now, in case you guys have not understood, do you see that right there? I'm going to go ahead and ignore it. Because that's right? It's disrespectful. When you're down here, first of all, I want to say I applaud each and every one of you to come out here and hold it down as long as you have been. But I am also here to let you know that I don't have time to sit here and allow the nonsense to interrupt the movement that I have. Now, that being said, you guys, I want to know exactly what it is that we are doing here tonight in the movement and the steps that we are taking to make sure that things happen. Because we've had the mayor here for so long, right? The mayor came down here and hollered at everybody. I am going to have a group to clean up the stuff over here. You guys, I'm going to be real transparent, okay? Now, some of you may be biased to what I may believe and how I may feel. Tabitha, give me a second, boo. You've been out here holding it down real strong.
My name is not Tabitha.
Okay, what is your name?
hold it down either way.
Okay, so since you don't want to be addressed by your name, I'm going to ask you as a woman to woman,
Yeah.
please stop interrupting me.
I'm not
I don't
interrupting
have
you.
you on
were
your
saying
screen.
it. You were
Like
saying
I
it.
said, okay, so at the end of the day, I respect each and every one of you that have taken the time out. Now, if you guys don't know who I am or don't recall seeing this face before, my name is Brianna, right? Everybody know me in the hood, in the community as Ray, right? Now, one thing I do know and that I believe in is that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, right? That right there is not leadership. That right there is a pure tantrum. Because if she gave me a chance, now that's another black woman. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Now, if Black Lives Matter, then what makes her life more important than mine as to where what she got to say is more important than what I got to say? Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we're black sisters, then you should give me the equal opportunity to have something to say just as much as you. Am I right or am I wrong? That's what I'm talking about. That's how you show Black Lives Matter, right? Now, I don't want to sit here and make you guys think, oh God, here she comes. She's about backing the blue. She's about supporting the police. Because I'm going to tell you real quick, I back the blue and Black Lives Matter too.
I like your shirt.
So what I'm saying is that hold on, wait a minute now, because I'm coming from a place of experience. Don't boo me, because I will boo you. Now, one thing for certain and two for sure is I had a cousin that was killed by a security guard. Do you understand me? I wear his ashes around my neck at this very moment, and I will never take them off. I've had so many, I'm an actual known felon, and when it comes down to the documentation in criminality. Does that make sense to you? So therefore, I have taken a stand to pick one side, and the other side don't want me. Does that make sense? So therefore, I'm a reject, because I chose to back one side, and I took a step away from the other side, and neither side has taken a pick to choose me. It's like Red Rover, send one over, and nobody calls you, and you're still stuck in the middle. Can you relate to what I'm saying? If you can identify to what I'm saying, you can hear what I say. Say, hey! Say, ho! Now, I'm going to say this again for those of you that have just arrived. That's a black woman that's shouting, right? That's leading her little group down there, her little entourage. Now here I am as a black woman, come and asked to share the floor just as equally. But for some reason, in her blackness, she thinks that what she has to say is more important than mine. I'm gonna give you guys a little history, right? When it comes down, because see, again, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I see that a lot of you have taken your time out of your life and your dedication to come out here and represent something that you believe wholeheartedly for, am I right? Yeah. Okay, so therefore, and I can address the Antifa ones as they come, honey. Don't think I'm fooled by far. But I do acknowledge the fact that there are people out here that are not a part of that category and legitimately are standing for something. Now, my grandmother marched after King when she was 16 years old, pregnant with her first son. If you can hear me, say, hey! Hey! Ho! Ho! So therefore, this right here is more personable to me than anything else in the world, right? Can somebody give me a paper towel or a napkin and some water? I would greatly appreciate that. So that being said, when I stand up here today, I definitely acknowledge and respect the fact that you guys have come out here for so many long, hard days and nights of dedication, right? Have you guys gotten the things that you wanted? Thank you.
Let me hold it for you.
Thank you.
Elle peut nettoyer, elle peut faire nettoyer les zones.
C'est pas seulement pour le dimension by what I'm putting in. Okay, can you guys hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah.
I feel like I've been sucking cotton balls all night. I have to get me some water, okay? Now, so first of all, I'm taking a step outside my comfort zone.
En fait,
can I give a shout out to whoever got my office stick this up on top of this wall? Y'all rock. So now I don't want to waste your time because I didn't stop what you were doing to waste your time and come up here and stand before you with a bunch of BS, right? So as I was saying, my grandmother marched behind King when she was 17 years old. We're gonna give a shout out to Rebecca Tavies. Let me tell you something else, right? I grew up in a household full of dope fiends and addicts, and one way or another, the disease of addiction manifested itself, right? Whether if it was in work, whether if it was in alcohol and drugs, whether if it was in sex, money, or a career, right? Either one form or the other, the disease of addiction had manifested itself. We have watched one too many black people out here die behind drug overdoses or die behind being incarcerated and institutionalized in the system in one form or the other. So when I stand up here, again, I'm gonna tell you, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, right? If you can hear me, say, hey! Hey! Now, the main point that I wanted to get to you is that I'm gonna say it again, and then after I say it, I want you guys to say it. Because if you're following what I'm putting, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then it'll make sense to you, right? I'm educating you a little bit about black people in my personal life, so therefore the next time you pick up a sign and you decide to stand for something, you won't just fall for anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So everybody repeat after me. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. In my life, you don't have to repeat this, but I'm going to tell you this, and if you feel it in your pinky toe, then you can go ahead and repeat after me. But I fight behind what's right, and I will die behind what I believe in. Now, that being said, you just said a whole lot, right? Because that means that now you're taking after me. I got some big shoes to fill. Okay? So first and foremost, when I educate you moving forward, take it as the opportunity to at least let you see here within fine proof, because this is really pissing me the fuck off. Tabitha, knock it off. Again, I am a black sister, and I've asked to share the floor with another black sister, and she's so caught up in her own blackness to where she won't allow me to share the floor with me, right? Now this, I'm gonna take this back in the day. Now they had the house niggas and they had the slave niggas, right? The ones outside and the ones inside. I'm gonna keep it real, whether or not you like the verbiage that comes out of my mouth, it's still a reality for me. So I can't dress it up and make it sound pretty when it's real ugly. I'm talking, gentlemen. 1 second. I'm gonna need you to put a little respect on it, Marine vet. I don't know how we doing all that with all that in front of you, but I'm gonna just respect it anyway. But you're gonna put a little respect on it, because if I gotta scream louder than you, that means that you're not listening. We can all sing together, but we can't talk together. Now, in the black culture, if there's a black woman or man who, like for example, I'm gonna keep it where it's at, right? Because I don't discriminate. I love the LGBTQ community. Can I get a hey for that one? That being said, there's at a point in life where you guys just need to be educated a little bit more, right? Because I'm not gonna have you out here wasting your time, wasting my tax dollars nor yours, because when you wake up tomorrow, you're gonna be like, damn, when we have to pay for all this, it's gonna be a shame. Now, afterwards, I will give you a little enlightenment on how I'm gonna take some time out, and we're gonna come down here and clean this off, right? Off the building. Because it's not about making a statement by tearing something up. It's about making a statement where it counts. Right, the fact that they are now that they are now finding it guilty for those officers that did do wrong by us black sisters and brothers, right? That's why we're down here, or did we lose sight of that? Because one thing I tell my people when I'm out there, when I used to be out there in the hood hustling and selling dope, I would say, look, check this out. If you out here beating down the block and you forgot what you out here hitting licks for, then you're out here wasting your time taking penitentiary chances for nothing. If I'm out here taking penitentiary chances for nothing, that means that the time that I'm investing in the streets is taken away from my kids, all in the name of making somebody else rich and another child sad and without a parent. Come again? Why are you fighting against and not Portland PD? Why are you fighting the feds and not the Portland police? That was the question. I'm gonna answer your question because you were so polite, and then I will get back to what I had to say. You guys are fighting the feds. Does anybody else want to know the answer to that question? Hey! She asked, why are you guys fighting the feds and not PPD? Now, I'm gonna answer that question while telling the story. You know, a lot of old folks used to do that, right? Okay, so I have an aunt. She's deceased now. Her name is Diane Wade. Does anybody know who that is? You've done some research, right? That's my mother's sister. That's my grandmother's third born child, right? She died from having a seizure. She had epilepsy. She was a parole and probation officer, and they were stationed over there off Columbia Boulevard, right? She primarily focused on the demographics of black people, culturally specific, but she also primarily focused on black men. She also knew that black men were lacking a lot of the help and momentum that they needed to keep going, because the system is just so undesigned for culturally specific people, right? And when I say that, I'm gonna break it down to you, because we're not oppressed, we're not impressed by this by far.
Watch out, watch out.
I'm gonna need you guys, hey, wait a minute. Hey, over the game, knock it the fuck off. Who just threw that? Knock it off. Knock it off. I'm gonna say this one last time, and I'm not afraid to get off this wall, right? Because what you won't do is disrespect me. I got asthma and I can't do the smoke.
Hi, how are you?
So, that being said, you guys are fighting the feds because you're choosing to fight, period. Baby, what's understood don't need to be explained. The fact that this movement is way bigger than the feds is something that everybody needs to realize. Do you get what I'm saying? So, the fact that the police is killing our black brothers and sisters is a problem. But that don't mean every officer is out here killing our brothers and sisters. Let's keep that real. Time out. No, we're not going to do that. You're going to wait a second and let me finish because my brother and my uncle, my everything died behind the hands of an officer. Right? So you don't get to discredit what I'm saying. You're going to put some respect on it and you're going to let me finish.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because I shed those tears. You can't take my tears from me and tell me that the tears you cry is more important than mine, and I lost a relative behind the hands of an officer. Do you get what I'm saying? I also do know the fact that if my aunt was alive right now, she would be down here on this side of the fence. And I'm telling you, if a firework, if a hair, a drop of water just so have touched her, I'm whooping ass and taking names last. Period. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not going to stop until I get each and every one to make sure I got the right one. So when I say this, I mean this in the heaviest form possible. Not every officer is out here killing every black person. Does that make sense? But I do know that I got a couple of NYPD, Portland police, whatever you want to call it, officers that are like family that have came and fed my children, that have came and took care of me, that have come and looked after my kids. I got a son that's in the juvenile detention center right now. Do you get what I'm saying? If I was out here doing half the shit, like the unnecessary shit, I'm not saying don't stand a movement. You're missing the whole point. Anybody will let you know that I believe that them officers that did kill my brothers and sisters deserve the death penalty. But I'm going to tell you from the perspective of which I believe. And you don't have to believe what I believe. I'm going to believe what I believe. And now that's going to move me whether or not you move or not. Okay? I know that God created us equal. Is that not true? Or what do you stand for? If you don't, look, equality came from somewhere, right? Now you can paint these pretty pictures and you can find a higher power to the best of your understanding or not have one. That's not for me to determine right or wrong. I'm telling you my belief. At the end of the day, what I am saying is that I know for a fact that if something happened to my aunt, I would be down here tearing shit down. Do you hear what I'm saying? I am asking you to shut your mouth because you've been down here every day saying nothing. Hey, are y'all ready for this point? Are you ready for this point? She talking all this shit, but when y'all had the mayor down here, didn't nobody say shit. When we have the mayor down here, belongs to me. Bring it to me, baby. Thank you.
Black lives matter if you believe it. Black lives matter.
This is exactly no.
Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter.
You guys can keep shouting all you want.
Black lives matter. 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 Black lives matter.
slave and they had a field slave, right? Am I wrong, sister? If you hear me say, because this is the hijack of BLM. This is the hijack of BLM. It's like, at the end of the day, I'm simply saying that I'm going to keep talking regardless. If you were here and you're still
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Black lives matter! Do not touch me!
I'm not touching you.
Baby girl.
Stop screaming. You're going to let me finish talking. 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 You're going to let me finish talking.
I wish I could. I love it. But you can't.
That's all I'm saying. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you're right. We're supposed to be sisters. We're supposed to be. But one has
Black lives matter! Black lives matter! There's no hope for anybody who says that blue lives matter.
Thank you. That's the point. My voice is just as equal as hers. All she's doing is repeating herself. Thank you. I'm trying to make sure that you guys know what you stand for. There were light-skinned and dark-skinned. Do y'all know how we ended up getting mixed? The slave master.
Black lives matter and blue lives do not exist.
We have our own racism within our culture because of the simple fact that we have the light-skinned black sisters that think that they're better than the darker-skinned black sisters because they're not always kept in the house.
You know hold space for people who are saying blue lives matter, regardless of their skin tone.
You sound ignorant because you know what? You might say that.
I'm here for Black Lives Matter, not for Blue Lives Matter. I have no such respect for right to somebody who says that shit.
See what side of Blue Lives I represent.
I am not. I'm not fighting out here for somebody who says Blue
I
Lives
can't get
Matter.
certain jobs because of my background, my criminal history. But I'm more educated than everyone with bachelor's degrees. You get what I'm saying?
Eric, reason.
So I'm not out here talking oblivious. So you mean to tell me that Black Lives Matter, the people that wear a blue uniform lives don't? They're human, are they not? Are they not? No, I'm not saying that. Let me tell you this because my cousin, my loved one, was killed by a security guard. And you gonna watch yourself. Did you fall?
I am not out here for Blue Lives Matter. I'm out here for Black Lives. I'm out here for Black Lives.
Are you okay?
I'm out here for Blue Lives Matter.
Now we got some Antifa in the house interrupting.
Antifa is not the enemy. Antifa is anti-fascist. Everybody out there should be anti-fascist.
When I say you don't fight behind what's right, you'll die behind what you believe in. I'm about milkshakes and a torch. Because I'm
How dare you come out here?
I don't believe in peace to just be peaceful. Sometimes peace, you gotta turn the tip off and flip over some damn tape. You get what I'm saying? How can you help? I ain't been coming. I'm telling you now, I'm out here for a reason. Because I got some respect for y'all. But at the end of the day, I respect you enough to come out here and say, hey, look, let me educate you. Because you're going to do more than just say Black Lives Matter, right? Following the trends in this Let me get on the ground here. Because if you come up on me, that's here now was not at the crowd in North Portland. Right?
Talking to Union Building?
Right there. Yeah, no, past that. I'm by the Aaron's Furniture Store. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna just say this fight in the red. I want you to have a reality check. My homeboy, right, a friend of mine, in my own community right now, because I chose to stand for something different, they don't even acknowledge me. They don't accept me as friends. They don't accept me as family. In fact, they turn their back on me. I have my best friend say, bitch, fuck you, I ain't rocking with you. You got me good. So do you know what it feels like? And guess what? I can't rock with the police because I'm a felon. So I can't walk up in there and expect to get a job and walk out and everything be all okay. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not out here for the police to back me. I'm not out here for y'all to back me. I don't give a flying shit about who picks what side. What I do care about is the fact that my kids can't come down here and look and see a normal downtown Portland. We are in the middle of a pandemic, you guys, meaning that this shit will never be the same. We will have to wear masks for the rest of our entirety because things have been fucked by the government. I get that. Or by whoever accidentally let it speak. Right? Let's do like y'all. I'm out here sweating bullets so y'all can feel where I'm coming from. I would love to have a conversation with her. Yeah, no, we can have a conversation. And I would love to have a conversation with her if she agrees to actually listen and respond to the conversation, not a debate. So at the end of the day, right? Can somebody take this? What I'm saying is that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for it. And I'm gonna keep saying it until you guys know what that means in its entirety. You're falling for anything by repeating the chant after any old body. She doesn't know the half of what it's like being pro-black. My skin don't get no lighter in the winter. It don't get no lighter in the summer. It gets blacker and blacker. Okay? Which means that there is a difference. You guys are unaware of that because you're not black, baby. And I acknowledge you guys as get down. I respect y'all more than y'all don't even know. But at the end of the day, we have our own racism within our own culture. The light-skinned chicks think they're better than the darker-skinned ones because their daddy was a slave master. Does that make sense? So therefore, they were allowed to do slavery duties within the house, and the ones black like me and darker had to go outside because our skin, the feminine in our skin, can obtain the sun a whole lot longer than theirs. So it's always been generation after generation of hate amongst our own black sisters. Are you picking up what I'm putting down now? So it gets a whole lot deeper than just her having something to say and not me. Genetically, she feels like what she has to say is more right than me. And guess what? We're both saying the same thing. She just won't shut up long enough to hear it. You get what I'm saying? I respect the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm out here because the Black Lives Matter movement has been hijacked by Antifa, by anti-niggas. If y'all have seen the video that I went viral in, it got over 700,000 views. It was hijacked by What the Fuck Files, but the Common Sense Conservatives honestly had all rights to that shit. It was my boys and I backed them 100. Right? I'm gonna just keep it all the way real. Robert and Quincy is my day ones, right? So I'm gonna tell you, I had a white lady that claimed that she was Black Lives Matter movement, but she talked about my back and how ugly my teeth was and how fucked up they were. If you go live, you go on any type of YouTube channel right now, you'll see I was cussing her out because she talked about my mama. And she said that I got crab teeth and my teeth was fucked up. But anybody knows that my teeth is from my culture. That's the richness of being so black. My gums is purple because I got more melanin and pigment in my gums than somebody would think. It don't mean I got gingivitis, but my gum is lovely on the record. Does that make sense? So, you see how I was just willing bite the bullet and have a moment to dialect with her back and forth to give her the right to say what she had to say. If she wanted to steal, no avoid saying. What did she say? So again, that's a racist movement. If you guys are going to stand here tonight and continue to say, fuck the police, I'm going to tell you something. I have a friend that's an officer, right? And it's very intelligent information to share. But he asked me to pray for him. And I said, pray for you? Like, damn, is it that bad during the riots, bro? You going through there, you want me to pray for you? When I found out and I realized that people were throwing bottles of piss and shit, and he had burn holes in his uniform from college. Man, he couldn't have me to my kids, go hang out, teach them how to kickbox and all that, because he was so spiritually drained from fighting every single day. It hurt my heart to hear. If the shoe was on the other foot, at that point, how can I dare sit there and judge somebody when I don't want to be judged? I don't want to be looked at by the skin color, right? I don't want to be judged by the way I talk or the way I walk, or my big booty and my big breast and my little sassy ass attitude, right? So how can I sit here and judge somebody for deciding to grow up and pick the career that they chose? So when I say this, I'm going to tell you this, and I hope I'm educating you guys and I'm shining some light. Because God convicted me as to why I'm down here right now. I could be doing 1,000,001 things, and down here is not one of them. Sweat. Okay? Coronavirus is on a rampage, interest, this is why the numbers are going up. And then when we get martial law, right? And they tell all of our punk asses to stay inside and can't nobody go nowhere and we're on lockdown. Thank yourself. Because the first ones they're going for are the big ones. They're going for the black people. The people that are transits and homeless, they're putting them in FEMA camps and locking them away, and then that's that. I'm going to keep it 1,000. So thank yourself for the outcome of that. So you have the chance to make a decision tonight, tomorrow, and the next night. Now look, I want to come out here and have a barbecue. If my life and another black person's life really matter, then y'all gonna join me on that. I'm starting my own nonprofit organization, and I'm so happy to do and some supporters. But I'm gonna tell you this. I just put it there on Facebook. It's called Helping Hands. It's one of the little things that we're doing. I'm gonna have people come out here for 3 days straight. We're gonna meet up. We're gonna cook. We're gonna share some food, because if we're black, we know food we there. Chicken, watermelon, coffee. I like the organic lemonade, in case y'all don't know. Okay, I noticed that organic sour cream has a whole lot longer than processed food stamps. So if y'all honestly want to be a part of the solution and not the problem, I'm gonna tell you something. Those police officers, one of the gals asked me, why is it that you guys are fighting the feds and not the police? You know why? Because they don't want to do what other officers have done. And that's blow somebody's brains out because they're tired. They're fucking human. You understand me? Somebody asked me, why is it that you guys are fighting the feds and not the police? Because they're tired. They can only take so much. That's like somebody's poking me. And poking me and poking me and poking me. There's only 1 second before I drop kick that punk ass, before I just snap. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like my whole dress just fell down. My pants, like I got on. My son was just down here 2 nights ago. And I was terrified that I couldn't depend on an officer to be there because they couldn't come down here and defend my baby because y'all was out here on a straight rampage. My baby ended up going to jail. He was fighting with a pistol at 14 years old. Do you know what it's like to make some decisions in life that are so serious you can't turn back from? So you think in your mind that all you have to do is keep going the opposite direction. You don't want to change. You don't want to turn back. You don't want to do nothing right. Because why? It's too late. I'm I'm gonna say this again, I'm a felon, okay? I've been arrested before. I can tell you some stories about being incarcerated that you would never believe. So when you say that you don't act above, I can understand where that bias comes from, but I can't support it, and I'm gonna tell you why. When I need somebody to help protect me and my kids, I can't go wake up one of y'all in the middle of the night and say, hey, come on, my son just pulled a gun out of her, he just ran away, or daddy, you know what I'm saying? I can't do it. You can't sit here and tell me that I can. It's the reality of it. Do you not know that the police, women and men, they got spouses at home? They can't come out here and stand with y'all with Black Lives Matter because y'all keep saying my fucking husband. Do you know how that feels?
The first time going.
Martin Luther King said to not be judged by the content of your, not by the color of your skin, but by the content of your character. So that means when somebody's out here acting ignorant, dumb, don't do ass. That's when you can sit back and judge them. But when somebody is conducting themselves with sense, with some understanding, with some intellectual, analytical understanding, comprehensive debates and stuff like that, and can sit and communicate effectively on the same level as you, that means you listen and you do something different. Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. Now tell me, what is this doing? Now tell me, what is this doing? Is this making a change? Is this making my black ass? I mean, shit. Because the damn y'all talking about defunding this and that. There's a whole lot of more places that money can come from to support us black people. Have you ever looked on the back of your electricity bill? Excuse you, honey, you just bumped into me. That's rude. Say excuse me. That's entitlement. Say excuse me. Thank you. See what I'm saying? This shit happens at Waco all the time.
If you don't stand for something, you can stand for anything. And you'll stand for anything, like what you're doing right now. If you stand, you literally, everybody out here, been standing for something for 63 days. And if somebody come out here right now and come clean us up, that is not what you're standing for. You're just turning your back and being a hypocrite, guys.
What did I say?
She's controlled opposition.
What did I say? What did I say? That's what it looks like, right? But he don't know the facts.
She wants you to come out here. She just gave me the
You
microphone.
can give me my shit back.
She's controlled opposition. Controlled opposition.
Like I said, that's pure ignorance. Okay? I'm gonna tell you that I'm coming from a place that if you look at something, you're gonna judge it off based what it looks like, right? If you're looking at something, you're judging it based off what your eyes can see.
Yeah.
If you don't have eyes, you can't see shit. Then what you gonna judge it off of? What you hear, right? I'm talking, and I'm not just saying Black Lives Matter. I got some facts and some actual intellectual information coming in my mouth. If you took a second to actually hear what I gotta say. Now, like I was saying, yes, one. I said I'm coming out here to clean this motherfucking mess up. I said that I respect each and every one of you that have come out here standing for something. I also said that if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, meaning that you're gonna say jump. Right? Right? I'm not telling them to do shit. I'm actually educating them, and they're choosing to make their own decisions because they're wrong. You get what I'm saying? Let me finish talking. Thank you. I can talk about all of that.
Black people are black, white people are
Even if you're questions, I'll answer it. But don't
Thank
fucking
you.
yell at me ever in life. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Don't you ever yell at me. Don't you ever put your fingers on me. I'm a black woman. And you gotta respect me.
Not aggravated. Nobody seen how she's oppressing everybody.
Do you get what I'm saying?
She's pulling up.
Do you think that's Black Lives Matter?
Yes,
I was just educating you about culturally how we have our own race and
Snatching the microphone from another woman for trying to make herself as being a black voice. She can't be the microphone to speak. Everyone else speaking facts. She snatched off my hand. So,
What the fuck do you think you are?
You just did what the other woman was doing to her, right? As a black
Does
voice,
that make
why
sense?
did she snatch the microphone out my hand, right?
It's
As a
way
black
bigger
man, right?
than his
All right, then. I just want to see what's going on.
I'm telling you now, because my son was just down here 2 days ago. Right now, people was pissed on his life at 14 because he believed in him. You get what I'm saying? It's way bigger than somebody's opinion. There are lives on the other side of this fence, whether you want to accept it or not. But if I have the right to be black and not judged, that means that if my son want to grow up and be a police officer and not a motherfucking thug, I'm going to support that. I'm going to say that because it's sick. Do you get what I'm saying? If my son decides to grow up and say, Mom, I want to be a police officer. Hold on, wait, baby. I'm not disregarding that, but the first part of what you said, you said the same exact thing I did. You said the same exact thing I did.
She's
If
controlling
my baby said you want to be an
opposition.
officer, God damn it, nigga, you respect officers.
Whose lives matter? Black lives matter. 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 Whose lives matter?
So she's got some legitimate facts, y'all.
Whose lives matter?
Black lives matter.
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 Whose lives matter?
So does that mean that Diane Wade is a bastard? Because I will swear with the first one you said. Is Diane Wade a bastard? Is Diane Wade a bastard? She's a parole officer. She's a parole officer. And she's dead. So I want to see if somebody had Gazzy to say that yes, she is. Because she's the only one that stuck up for that.
No good cop to the racist system! 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 No good cop to the racist system!
And I'm going to tell you how.
No good cop to the racist system! Cop to the racist system! No good cop to the racist system!
If you don't get my tax dollars, you don't have to earn it. I respect your gangster though, you feel me? And that's the point that I'm trying to make. We all on the same page, but there's big eyes and little you. It's unfortunate that you guys believe the same thing over and over again. When I sat there and watched the mayor down generation that they wouldn't change. I'll wait. I'm not picking on them because I like the fact that my black brothers is down here standing for something. I respect that. Put some respect on their gangster, you motherfucking right. And if somebody dared outside of me try to give them a stick and say a thing, I'll check it. Period. You know why? Because they're believing in something else outside of no gangbanging. I respect it. But guess what? There's some generations that's coming up right now that need that mentorship.
I got a son. I got a baby. I got kids.
He's talking about his kids, right?
So my kid.
He's talking about his kids, right?
She's trying to raise her.
But now I got a 14-year-old son and a 10-year-old son. My 10-year-old wants to, my 14-year-old who was just down here fighting with a pistol on his waist, wants to be a Marine. Did y'all know that? He's the hardest grip out here I've ever known, and I've always respected gangster. It's sad that he chose that route. But one thing that I told my baby is that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And I bet you, he ain't gonna jump when the next one say jump. He gonna stand for something.
I have a little
And now let me tell you that. He ain't bothered with it.
She said Blue Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter. Do not listen to her. Like, it's that simple. Don't listen to somebody who's gonna say Blue Lives Matter, period. Do not hold them. And get that white people are all here because it's not Black Lives. You don't know who to listen to. That's a clear example. Don't listen to her. She's saying Blue Lives Matter. Blue lives don't exist. Period. If you're out here for Black Lives Matter, you are not for Blue Lives Matter.
You're saying that when they say blue lives, you mean like blue lives as a group of people aren't actual. We're talking about black lives, which are real living human beings.
And they're saying Black Lives Matter. Even though she says that her family has been killed by the police. My family has been brutalized and killed by the police. Why the fuck would I give a shit what happens to them?
Right.
They have done this as a choice. They chose that job as a choice.
Right.
I've cut off family that has been in the police. Just now. They don't fucking matter to me. They're blue now. They're blue before they're anything else.
Sure. Yeah.
Police officers get to take their blue uniform off when they go home. Black people can't take their fucking skin off.
Right, right.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
And people's white guilt is what's making them listen to her say Blue Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter. Like my family's a police officer.
Right.
It's like, you're black.
I think it's interesting. I think a lot of people are curious because it's a black woman that's like saying something that is
That's co-opting the movement.
that's completely contradicting what we have been hearing, you know?
I've been down here for 60 days.
Right.
I've never seen her before. I was one of 2 black women down here for 6 weeks when the media stopped caring and people stopped caring in Portland.
Right.
There was only like 150 of us. I was one of 2 black women. She was not one of them.
Yeah.
I was one of 5 black people down here, period.
And then
Right.
the Fed showed up.
And then the Fed showed up and people started caring.
You're not supposed to drink in public.
Sorry, boss.
Like, I've never seen her before,
Yeah.
and she's coming out here saying that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like, and she also got very physical and aggressive towards
saw
me.
that. We saw that. Yeah.
And I'm non-violent, but if somebody wants to try it, like, I don't want to have to do anything out
I mean, I had to
Like,
step in between them.
that's ridiculous. Like, you had a Black Lives Matter protest, stay on message, stay on point. You're out here for Black Lives Lost.
Yeah.
It is not that hard to get a crowd energized and get them to remember why we're out here. We're focusing them.
Right, right.
There are a lot of people out here because they didn't know what to do before this. With the feds here, they're like, okay, I hate the feds, I hate what's happening to my city.
Right.
Okay, remember, we're also out here for Black Lives Matter.
Tell me about that platform right now. So, we've been down here for weeks now with you guys, and we've seen, I mean, between just the PPD, and then it went to the feds, and now it's like a platform that's more or less peaceful. Like, do you feel right now
We're not
is,
peaceful at all.
well,
Not
it's
violent.
calm right now. We'll say it's
Yeah,
calm
we're
right now.
non-violent.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
still disrupting the peace. That's our goal. We're not
Okay.
here to disrupt the peace. That is what a protest is in its essence.
Okay.
So, the only reason why it's peaceful right now is because the feds aren't out here. When they make a presence, they escalate. That
Right.
should show you right now. Nobody is doing anything wrong. They come out, they tear gas us, they shoot us because they escalate. They don't like that's what police culture is. It's violence.
Right.
Regardless if it's the feds or the state police or
They did it for weeks before the Fed got here.
they gassed us for weeks. And also 2 days ago, before they stopped making a presence out here, that was the worst night I've ever seen. They got out a thermal fog and gases.
Thermal fogger?
A thermal fogger machine, so we couldn't see how many canisters they were
Yep.
using.
They literally were like,
You guys can check that out on the Adam Costello's page right here if you want to see like what they're talking about the thermal fogger.
Yep.
That's insane.
yep.
So we have seen an escalation with tactics they're using from like
They
the
took-
police issue tear gas to that CS gas.
They
to
took protester tactics and used them against us with the leaf blowers, with the lasers, with the strobing lights.
You gotta almost give them credit for like
I
adapting.
mean, like you can't even come up with your own
because
ideas.
the protest adaptation with power is amazing.
And it happens
There's been,
like that.
Incredible force.
The things that the people have access to, though,
Right.
it just shows that nobody out here has a gun that they're using against them. We are able to rise up against them with literally $10 goggles, $30 masks. My body being out here just shows them that we're willing to rise up against a racist system.
Right.
You know, and that's what they're scared of. That's why they're beating us down so much.
What is like if there was like a core group of demands, like if we could say this is what we want to see happen,
We have 4 demands.
4 demands.
Releasing all protesters and dropping out charges, February resigning, feds leaving, and PPB being defunded by $50 million every year.
Horrible. That's it. Very simple. Super
They
easy.
don't want to do it.
And that's pretty universal. That was some rough in Seattle, same thing. Defund SPD by 50%. No more youth jails. That same thing. You know, we wanted Mayor Durkin to resign, and then there was a couple other that came through, and it boiled down. But then defund SPD by 50% was, which is actually happening in Seattle right now. So when it comes down to that protest power, it does take root and grit. Like that actually something real.
And our front letters are some of the strongest people out here, mentally and physically.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like to be able to be shot, like I've seen some of their sentences.
Yeah.
It's gas.
Their legs that are puffing and
Yeah.
bleeding.
And some, they don't have health insurance because they're women.
Right. Yeah. No.
Like this
People are
is,
angry.
people are super angry. And you know what? I'm
Speaking of people
ready.
getting shot, he took one in the nuts.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You? Oh no. I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I heard
Talking about your
that.
scrotum. Oh yeah.
Like,
Is it okay now?
that's the thing. It's
But
like,
is it?
He's like, I'm back in action.
Next
Right.
week, when
Yeah,
every
right.
support runs out,
Yeah.
the CARES Act runs out, how many people are going to be out here enraged by what the government is doing? They can pay overtime, hundreds of thousands of dollars for them to brutalize us. They can't pay for us to support our families during a pandemic. So, remember that.
Absolutely.
So,
Thank you for taking some time. Appreciate it. I'm glad you were able to like tell us the demands too, because a lot of people are
They don't
curious.
know
They
it.
want to know.
yeah, they're all over, like Instagram, Reddit, Facebook. Yeah, if you look at the 4 demands, like,
For anybody that's curious, like where are the places they can any sites they can go to, any like source information.
I recommend Don't Shoot TDX. They have been great. They've been doing this for years.
Yep.
Perry Graphs on Instagram. Perrry.
That shit, y'all disrespecting me. She's disrespecting everybody in this car by doing that. And I just want everybody to know. There's been too much effort that's been put into the system that we are creating right now. This is a hard-working system. But the people are not. That's what we're doing. You feel me? We're knocking down capitalism. We're knocking down fascism. You feel me? We're good. Physically. Direct. And each of us, you feel me? Going strong together.
Trying to find where Ray is at.
I saw you guys.
All the vets are out here.
I was
Thank you.
Talking about people listening to you.
Thank you.
Doesn't make sense.
Thank you. I would love for you to keep talking to me. No, seriously. No, for real. So this gentleman just came and stood up for me because there was a Caucasian male that was going off, yelling and pointing his finger all at me, debating about how I'm wrong for my beliefs and how I felt with Back in the Blue. And he just came in like a straight gangster and was like, cut it out. And get the, what did you say? It was like, you gotta
Your
go.
opinion doesn't matter. If you're going to disrespect a black woman, leave. You're not here for the right reason.
You said what?
I said if you're not going to listen to a black woman, you're not here for the right reason, leave. This is about black lives and black opinions and black thoughts, not about white opinions. And I clearly stated my opinion doesn't matter, but he's not listening to her, so his doesn't matter either. So I'm not going to let him have it.
Right on.
She agrees. She second. So what you guys can do is just make sure that you continue to feed that fire, because I want to come out here and I want to get some people that's been out here, because I respect the fact that you guys have done the consistency and the relentlessness. I don't. It's wrong. What I'm saying is that there have been people that have been out here just to harm, police brutality, and that's not fair. In fact, the racism of going against somebody for their career choice versus going against somebody for their color.
Racism, it's a choice. You choose to do something every day. You can't choose how you're born.
When my son that wants to be a Marine or an officer, I don't want him to think that he's a bastard and he needs to die because he chose to make that career.
If you're working to be better, that's fine. Every aspect trying to make everyone's trying to make it better. Even if I disagree with your choice, if you're working for a better thing, I'm going to respect it.
Thank
not
you.
doing the round.
If you're unwilling to listen to anything, because I know I have police officers that are friends that I strongly disagree with their career choice, but I know that are inherently bad people that are part of a bad system, and I'll explain that that's what I mean. And
That's what I'm out here to talk about, because it's the system.
How you feeling?
It's not all the people. Now there are some.
You're not
granted,
sick, right?
oh, for sure.
but that doesn't mean that we take it upon ourselves to actually go out and harm everybody that's in
And the system changes the individuals. Like good people, there's good people who become bad cops, and there's bad people who become evil people with a badge.
system that just stay who they are.
Exactly. They get trained to worry about their life every moment of every day. And society tells you that the darker something is, the scarier.
Well, the sad part about it is that not one of the people over there that are screaming right now about Black Lives Matter is ever going to take the time out and do for me. Do you know I had a chance to meet some of the police wives since this all has gotten started? And I didn't think that I would have so many homegirls that really actually supported me in my belief, but can't come out here and show support because there's a group of people that are out to solely hurt because of me. I can't blame them, and I feel for them. And it's not fair because a lot of people that want to support the Black Lives Matter movement, like the police wives or firefighters' wives or the EMTs that really want to support the Black Lives Matter movement, can't support it because you have some people that want to just go out and bash all officers. I would be alive to say that I don't support the officers that do care. Do you know they come to my house and help feed my kids? They went and took that money, bro. They've sat up there and helped me volunteer time to take out to help me develop my nonprofit organization. There's not one too many Black people of my own culture, which is sad, that will honestly extend a hand and say, hey sis, let me help you. Not one. And that's heartbreaking. The Black women in our culture, the light-skinned people, they think that they're better than the darker-skinned ones because historically, they've been raised in the house because they are the master's child. And because their pigment is so lighter, they can't withhold the set as long as I can. That's the pigmentation is perfect. So we will always sit outside of the field. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's always been this, black girl, I'm better than you. No, black girl, you're less than me.
because I'm lighter than them, my hair grows longer than theirs, so I'm better.
And that all comes from white.
Right. And systemically, our brothers too, right? Like, they think that being a trophy nigga, and I'm gonna define what that is, excuse my language, but it's the truth. A trophy nigga is a black man that chooses to be nothing career-wise, right? All they want to do is sit back and rely on a woman that's Caucasian to predominantly take care of them wholeheartedly, 100%, and they disown all of their own entirety as far as their black family. So what that means is that I have to focus on teaching my black son how to be a black man with a system that's not designed around black people that aren't gonna love and embrace him like I will, because they're jealous of what he got or what he ain't got, right? They could care less about where he's going. So they're gonna teach him how to be a little homie in the hood so he can go out and hit and do things on the behalf of they gangsters.
Take advantage of it.
And take complete advantage of him, right? Because of his own ignorance, right? So now at the end of the day, you can't tell me that if you're really out here for Black Lives Matter, that you're standing for something and not have that educational information in your head. Because it will definitely give you a different concept like you and like many other people out here that are taking initiative to actually sit down and listen. Does that make sense? I support the fact that I'm the first to tell you. The officers that killed my brothers and sisters, definitely. But I serve a God, and my God told me I can get judged because if God looked at me and I looked at half of people, I wouldn't be standing here. Why? That to say, the officers checked out and the feds checked in because they're tired. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
They're tired of people throwing stuff at them. They're tired of people being disrespectful. They're tired of people trying to kill them. How many of you gonna let somebody try to kill you before you actually just take their head off?
Good. Okay. A week ago, probably at round about this time, I stood right over there, less than 10 feet away from that fence. The feds go home. I still got shot. Nobody was around me.
You know why?
I could have struck both my arms out.
You know
and
why?
never
Time
touched
out, hold on.
another
You know why? You know why? I'm not saying that you getting shot was okay. First of all, that's not okay. But guess what? What day was that when you got shot?
Friday.
Friday? How many days ago was that?
A week.
7 days or 5 days?
7.
7 days out of what? 60? They're tired. They're human.
They haven't been here.
Time out. They're human.
Yeah.
Now you said something, I heard you. I'm gonna give you my response. It doesn't make it right or wrong.
I was told
They're human. They can only take so much.
Yeah.
To where the feds don't care because they create a lot of what's the rules, the statutes, the limitations. So therefore they got this mentality of they can do whatever they want anyway and don't care. The feds wouldn't be here if the officers weren't burnt out from day in and day out of being shot at. How many officers do you know that stand there and say, all I was doing was standing in my line hoping that nobody would throw a firecracker at me or a bottle of shit, but I still got hit anyway. I have a friend that sat there and said, Ray, pray for me, because I'm really trying to do things by the book. We're trying not to implement systems that can hurt the protesters, because we know that there are some out there that are genuinely protesting because that's what they believe. And we want those people to protest. But those that are out there deliberately trying to seek harm against us, we have to take proper protocol. You can't blame them.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Nice
We
meeting
need
you.
cops. As a society, we do need law enforcement.
Yeah, 'cause
What we need, though, is we need ones who aren't fucking racist. We need ones who are actually honest. We need ones who can view everybody as a freaking human being. That's what we need.
I'm almost as dark as you.
Okay?
he came and said that already. You done had one too many
Nice.
drinks.
Okay.
It's okay, honey. Sit down.
Okay. Have a seat.
So that makes me 50% black.
Does it? Or
I
does it make it that you're
think
making a
not.
mock of being black?
Because I'm gonna call
Why
my
everybody want to be black to the cops?
I am sick and tired of people making fun of being black, and that's what half people out here are doing. It's not funny because they will never shed the tears that I've shed as a black woman. Do you know? Historical. The slave masters used to suck the milk from our bosoms, our ancestors' bosoms, until they drained it dry, so they couldn't feed their children.
Okay.
That, having that education and that peace, is what being black is like. Trauma-informed care, for example. Why do you have dreadlocks? Why do you have dreadlocks?
I'm a Rastafari and I took an oath.
You took an oath, right? So does it matter to you that anybody can rock dreads, cut them, and do whatever they want?
No, I'm not thrilled about it, but it's their choice. It is. It's their choice.
It's their choice, right?
It's their choice. It is. They didn't do it for the same reasons that I did, but I don't judge.
Right.
I can only worry about me. In the universe, you only control one thing, and that's you.
Exactly.
That's all you control. You don't control a damn thing. You don't control
So
your
that
kids.
night,
You
so
don't control
keeping that
anyone
in
else.
mind, right? That night that you were out here on Friday, and you chose to stand in the crowd of police haters, and you got shot with what, a beanbag?
Let's see, pepper balls.
A pepper ball, right? When you got
No,
shot.
several pepper balls.
Now, several pepper balls, which means they had to have opened that fire on you, allegedly, right?
Oh no, I watched
what
the
part
guy
do you take
draw a beat.
responsibility?
I watched him look at me. We made eye contact.
But that comes
He
with the territory.
lifted his rifle. He lifted that
Right, do
damn
you mean to
gun
tell me?
and shot me.
What did you do?
Feds go home.
What did you do after that?
Oh, after he shot me?
Huh?
Oh, I cussed him out.
Really?
Yeah.
Now,
I yelled every obscenity I could think of.
now I'm gonna ask you this question again and keep your response in mind, right?
Yeah.
The fact that this was 60 days in,
Yeah.
right? People, they're human, right? They're tired. I'm gonna tell you right now, after day 2, people fucking with me, I would have lost my entirety.
Okay.
They have been nothing but nice. Now, I'm not saying that's okay because that was wrong for him to deliberately look at you and do that. But at the same time, it comes with the territory. I knew that coming down here tonight, I got my dog in the car.
Okay.
I left him in the car.
I'm curious.
Because I know.
Because
Let
it
me finish.
really sounds
Let me
like you're
finish.
blaming the
No,
victim
let me
here.
finish. No, you're not the victim. You're not the victim, honey. You're not the victim. We don't fault victim. I'm a survivor, okay? And anybody that has been a victim would stand as a survivor proudly. So victim, it seems more or less that you're looking for a lawsuit. I'm not gonna write that man.
Oh no, I'm not right. I'm not looking
Okay,
for
I'm
a
gonna just keep it real. I left my dog in the car because I knew coming out here, he was liable to get hit with something. And if I don't want to find myself in Coffee Creek doing time, I'm gonna leave him in the car to prevent that. So you knew with coming down here that you signed up for the pepper balls and the pepper spray when you
Yeah,
decided
because
to
I'm
take front
exercising
row.
my First Amendment right.
To do what?
To tell a cop to
Police
get out of my
brutality?
city. To end police brutality.
You guys
get
have
out
been,
of
but
my
in
city.
defense, like I'm a devil's advocate, right? Because if you really believe what you've been doing is wholeheartedly correct and nothing's wrong with it and flawless, then you wouldn't have a problem answering this without defense.
Yeah.
Your First Amendment is to stand and protest and say, this isn't right, I stand for something, right?
Yeah.
Your First Amendment right is to not inflict pain on officers. It's not to call officers bastards. It's not to
I
sit
didn't
up
call
there
them bastards.
and make no, but other people are though, and you're rocking with it. Okay, I'm just stating the facts. The First Amendment
Out
right
of
to protest.
curiosity. Okay, go ahead. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, wait, let me
My
finish.
apologies. Go
Because
ahead.
you're getting defensive, right?
No, I'm just got a
You
question.
are.
I got
'cause
one
you're
question.
burning,
for
you're
you.
burning. No, I can see
No,
that.
I got
Just
one
freaking
question
out.
for you.
But if you were honestly out here representing your First Amendment right, you would have called and made sure that you guys had the police backing that you need in every protest.
I'm not
If
going to
you were
ask for
exercising,
permission.
if you were
to
exercising
my
your First Amendment right, you don't have to exercise it, you don't have to ask permission. It's called informing law enforcement so they can actually be your security and not your enemy. But because you're actually reflecting that and deflecting on the officers for police brutality, you didn't want to inform them because you wanted to make a statement that you were against it. You guys are down here saying Black Lives Matter, trying to tear down the Justice Center.
Oh, I don't want to tear it down.
How in the world is that supporting Black lives? Y'all set this motherfucker on fire right now. I got 5 relatives that's gonna die because the officers gotta get out first before the inmates do, baby.
Concrete.
No, I'm telling you
Concrete.
now. They went and set the records office on fire. I had a relative that was in the records office when they did that.
Okay.
Hey, concrete or not, honey, paper, tissue, flesh, it burns.
Okay.
So why, if this is concrete, that's common sense, right? Common sense conservative shout out. Why would it be to your ignorance to try to set the motherfucker on fire in the first place?
One, why are you suggesting that I try to set it on fire?
I'm speaking generally. I'm talking to you,
Yes.
but I'm speaking on the behalf
But you're
of what you
saying
stand
you.
for. Because you're
And
down
you're
here
addressing
supporting
me.
this. Yes, you are handsome. Don't ever walk up on me like that.
Oh, sir, dude.
No, sorry.
Honey, I'm listening to you.
Sorry, family's on the other side. What do you think?
You guys trying to stop that stuff?
I think the best way that we can change things right now is to make effective moves. It's chess, not checkers. So now that we see that, like for example, when the mayor came down here, people that had so much to say should have had a ballot to petition of the changes that they wanted implemented in the system. Does that make sense? So for example, somebody, honey, I will never get tired.
Oh, I just got people asking to hear your voice.
Oh, okay. Thank you, baby. And I will be more than likely, okay, I got a whole lot of wind to get. If I got to do sign language. I can use some gum and some water, though, because I know my breath is picking like karate.
I got gum.
For an example, people that, like when the mayor came down here, and he asked, what is it? How can I help you guys? He took a point to reason with y'all. When I say y'all, because I wasn't down here, God knows what I was doing. I was probably somewhere via fast, on a dating site, something. You know. But at the end of the day, that is when I was kind of disappointed. Because here it is, it's like, dang, you guys got the attention of the mayor. He came out his bed, left his house, and said, I'm going down here. Shout out to him. But then nobody gave him anything. He left with Black Lives Matter chanting in his head. How embarrassing is that? Black Lives Matter is making such a statement, like y'all got the attention that you're looking for politically. Now say something, damn it, and stop saying Black Lives Matter. What do you want to see change? The money from the police, give to the blacks. Really? Well, how come I got to GoFundMe up for my nonprofit organization that I started, and not near one of them down here has sold $1 into that? But Black Lives Matter. You want to take money now from the police, who are the only ones that I can call at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm being harassed by a blonde-haired white boy that has been stalking me for 6 months. That's my truth, my reality. Nobody's gonna get up out their bed and come see about me. Not nobody from down here, but they will. I have to remember that these men that wear blue have kids at home. They have wives. A lot of the wives, after talking to them personally, would love to protest with the Black Lives Matter movement if it wasn't hijacked by a bunch of random people that didn't even give a damn about the Black Lives Matter movement. I had a white one. It went viral. I don't want to say Karen because there's this whole bias thing about Karen.
It's okay, we'll allow it.
Please, I really believe that's her name. No offense. If I'm not mistaken, and if it's not, then I must have seen it somewhere and put the association too. The woman's name could have been Jennifer or Samantha. I don't remember. But at the end of the day, she looked me in my face and called me a black bitch. Said my mama wasn't shit, that I was ugly because of my teeth, and fuck me that I wasn't gonna never be shit. Do you know how that made me feel as a black woman? That a white woman talked to me like that? It broke my heart because I would never let another black woman come up to her and disrespect her like she disrespected me. I'm the home girl in the group that's like, oh God, here she got, we don't know what she's doing. My son is like, oh my mom, oh God. And the point that I'm making is that them throwing stuff over there, it's like poking the bear. That's not gonna change the system. It's not gonna change the fact that I'm gonna go into the Department of Human Services and get it racially profiled anywhere else because I'm black. It's not gonna stop that. I'm about making sense now. Trust me, baby. I will ride with you. You understand me? You see all these white people standing for some brothers and sisters. Do you, sir? I'm the first one to jump on the line with you. Like, come on, bro.
Excuse us, guys.
What we gonna do?
Hard knocks, guys.
But what is this doing? What is this doing? Look at this shit. This is a damn embarrassment. And they say it's for Black lives. This is for them to do what the fuck they want to and be able to have something to say they're doing it for. What have one of them done for me lately? What have they done for a Black person? Hey, who down here works for the unemployment office? I've been waiting to find that out, and I know somebody up in this crowd. My shit ain't been processed in 9 weeks. No, it's been 11. I'm Black. If you are down here standing for BLM,
Starting to sneeze. There's
working overtime.
the tear gas is still lingering in the air from being stuck to the fences. So excuse me for the sneezes and snorting going on.
Take the time out of your day to inflict pain on somebody else because they chose to grow up and be an officer and
I
not.
appreciate the donations. Definitely gonna get
Those officers that
a external microphone.
because there's one that makes
A
my
lot of noise going on down here, and you can't hear everything. So
I can't stand her coming or going. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I respect her human rights. That woman is a human being. God created her just as well as he created me. He said, I will make you an image of me. I will not make you an image. Do you know there are angels in heaven? All they are designed to do is say, holy, holy, holy. That's their job. They don't know nothing else outside that. They don't say, Jesus, I'm bored. You get what I'm saying? So when he made you, me, her, the officer that shot my brother, the officer that loved on another brother, he made us all in the image of him. He said, now go and be Christ-like. The righteous among us are like filthy rags before him. So how can I sit here and judge somebody for deciding to grow up and be somebody one day? Right now, my best friend hit me up on Facebook and was like, screw you, you back the blue. You know what time it is, cuz. And all I could say was, damn. All I wanted was to stand for something. And that's what I believe, that every life matters. No, those that do wrong, there's some place for them, and that's in jail. So let's get them there, damn it. And we can't get them there by doing this. There should be a ballot going around, people signing it, getting some things implemented the proper way. How do you beat someone at their game? You play it and you win.
From what I understand, there's a whole bunch of different petitions and all these different things going on as well.
I haven't seen one, baby, and I'm Black.
Oh, not here, not right
Well,
here.
where?
Online, at different places.
A petition online, and that's valid? Because I thought petitions were Black people. Now what in the hell is wrong with you? Now what in the hell? Now why in the hell would you do that? Now they in here streaking like damn idiots. Help me get up here.
I don't know if y'all just saw that.
Yeah. Hey, bring your ass out from over there.
Apparently somebody just
Now what the hell was that for?
inside the fence. They got inside the fence.
You guys, look at this. It's so sad. Look at that. So sad. So sad. What are you guys doing? Look at that.
What part of town do you live in? Do you live in Portland?
I'm born and raised from here.
Oh, cool.
Yes. You don't understand. It makes my heart hurt. It makes the spirit that my spiritual person break. This looks scary. No, it looks terrifying, and I'm Black. It doesn't look like anything protesting for me.
It looks like a protest.
No, it doesn't. It looks like hell on earth.
It looks like a protest.
Do you know that there is something? If you're here to argue with me, you can escort your punk ass all the way down there.
I'm a brown boy.
Well, I don't give a damn if you were brown or white. I've been communicating with other fellow partners because they've been respecting me. You ask me a question, wait for me to answer.
I am.
You'll answer, then I'll respond.
I just feel like protest is protest.
How is this protesting?
In
literally is what it is.
How is this protesting?
Dude, they're streaking. They're streaking.
What's the problem?
They're stark ass naked, ripping and running on this side of the fence.
But what's
How is that helping Black Lives Matter?
aren't we not? Are we just basically curtailing
I mean,
every
help me
option?
understand.
Makes sense. We're trying to-
If I take my clothes off and rip and run up and down there, you gonna tell me you better grab me by my goddamn neck
Then you
and
don't
send me
want
down
to gas us no
somewhere?
matter
How is that
what.
okay?
Yeah, they will gas us.
Let me
no
tell
matter
you-
if they feel like we've done nothing.
Somebody-
They will gas us. Yeah.
Now let me tell you this.
Yeah.
When I look past this wall, what I see right now, I'm gonna tell you what made me just want to cry. And I'm gonna cry. This looks intimidating. It looks terrifying. Because we have a pandemic going on right now. Meaning that we will have to wear these masks for the rest of our existence here on Earth because of a disease or a virus that is so communicable you can get it through droplets from your body. Right? Why in the fuck are we down here passing shit on left and right because the numbers have gone up?
It looks like you literally don't want this to happen at all.
I don't.
Then you're
I
not-
want this to
okay,
happen in a
that's
whole
it.
nother way. This right here needs to be cleaned up, and we need to go about this in hours where people are going to participate. If you guys are going to do Black Lives Matter protests, you need to do it before 5 o'clock so I can participate in other black people. Not at these odd hours, because there are people like my kids want to participate. Other people's kids want to participate. My grandmother wants to participate. She ain't coming down here to this shit. She marched after King. Her, out of all people, should be down here protesting. But I'm not gonna bring her down here in this. I will blow somebody's brains out to disrespect my granny. You think this is protesting? She cried. This is a woman who marched after King. Do you understand me? Protesting don't get no realer than that. When she seen this, it was an embarrassment to her. There's other ways to do it. I respect y'all gangsta. The fact that y'all aren't black is even more so impressive, and it really makes me look at my black brothers and sisters like, where in the fuck are y'all at? Because we got white people down here going more hard than y'all punk asses, and y'all gonna be the first ones to holler about your rights when you ain't get your damn welfare check in TANF, or when the bust down done got real and somebody ain't claiming his baby. Because I'm keeping it real.
About the time. The protests happen throughout the day. Why can't they have?
They don't. I'm telling you now. The last protest that I've been to that happened at half-ass of a decent hour was when the gay pride parade was supposed to be going on, and the LGBTQ community came together with the Black Lives Matter and marched up and down MLK. They did. They marched, walked through, and they went home. I can't be mad at that, and they was beat by the thousands. I was actually in the middle of it, riding through, mad because I couldn't go home. But at the same time, I was happy that they were going about it in a respectful way. What is that? Now they're bored. They're bored, so they're setting fire. They want attention, so they're setting fire. I guarantee you, that's not a part of the protest. When my grandmother marched after King, they marched from Montgomery, Alabama launch, they had hosing issues. Officers was hosing them down with fire hydrant water hoses. They not doing half this shit. They didn't do none of that to y'all.
People have had to and taken and shot with pepper balls.
I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, this is my son. So the people have had their skulls fractured and been shot in the neck and been shot with pepper balls and been sprayed and tear gas, which is a war crime if it was being done against soldiers.
That's not okay with me. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I don't understand what you were just saying about they are getting half the stuff that people were.
So, wait, say that again, the last part?
From what I understood, you were saying that people now aren't getting the response that they did. Which
People aren't getting the response that they what? Oh, they're not getting the response that they should?
No. You said something along the lines of they're not getting half of something.
I don't know. I know that they're not getting half of whatever it is that they need. They're not getting half of anything they're made. Excuse me. We got sub. Sorry.
Did you ever get water?
No, I didn't.
I'll see if I can find you some.
Please, thank you. They didn't get half of our needs met when the mayor came down here because they were doing this. This isn't getting nothing done.
People are calling the mayor and they're calling senators and politicians.
And they've come down. The mayor came down, baby. He came down here. And he came down here, and all they did was this.
He admitted that the tear gassing was a mistake. He admitted that.
I'm telling you, I've gotten that pepper ball was almost like seconds away. Like there was footage, they were coming down like legs, like I was in the trenches. I know what the pepper gas feels like. The pepper gas, the pepper ball, sprays, whatever it is. I know what that feels like. I've been tased. I've been pepper ball. I've been everything, you name it. It's happened to me. And I'm telling you, the only reason why they're doing that is because they've inflicted, they were doing a security line, right? I call it a drill team line when they had that guy.
They only have it by the gallon, so they said take a
Thank you.
swig and then I'll bring it back.
Oh, somebody else been drinking on it?
Couldn't tell, we all kind of have the same
I know it's
duties.
brand new. How do I?
You all right?
Trying to waterfall it.
Is that enough?
So there is a fire going on. They're burning something in the middle of the street. So I think that's why she needs some water. See it going up behind the gentleman right here talking to her.
But yeah, so I'm saying that to say that a lot of the things that they want changed, like if I go over to 5 people right now, and we can do this because I want to see if it's right. I want to ask 5 people, and I want you to ask 5 people, what is it that they're down here standing for? I guarantee you all they're going to say is Black Lives Matter, defund the police, police are bastards, they fucking killed black people. Then you ask 5 people, what can we do to make a difference? What do you want to do? Challenge them by asking them, what is it that you are going to do by making a difference? Because I'm going to tell you now, the government has already opened up all those officers that killed black people. They begin opening them up, trialing them again, right? That movement has happened. Now they're actually putting them in jail for what they've done wrong. Not really? So is that misinformation that I got?
They've been acquitted and they really get charged.
Okay, so.
There are some who have.
Some who have.
The numbers disproportionately the wrong way still.
There are also people who have been charged but not convicted. And so they've only been charged.
They have the right to a trial though.
Yes, indeed.
And they also have the right to a fast and speedy trial.
Yes.
They can choose to drag that trial out as long as they want with COVID-19 at its worst. And everybody out here passing the virus, making the numbers go up, is only going to get them to martial law. And guess what? All those black people that have died and the officers that were charged and not convicted are now only going to remain charged because now we have the martial law and shut us down because the COVID numbers are at a rampant because people won't stop protesting and actually listening to the fact that this virus is real.
So the CDC just said that protests are less likely to spread the virus if you're outdoors.
How?
Because people wear masks and protest.
Nothing. I ain't got no mask on.
Just like
Me sweating.
And being outdoors makes it less likely. Indoors is areas
The coronavirus thrives. It's only because it's hot outside right now. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't like the heat. But the moment that the temperatures drop and one person's snot droplet hits another, that's all it takes. It lives on surfaces for over an hour. Non-porous surfaces.
They move the
But not streaking.
bunch of federal vehicles parked out front, and everyone filmed them all. And
Not
started reading off
streaking.
license
I'm
plates.
sorry.
Filling out.
Burning that fire right there. What is that doing?
It's actually helping. It's heating up. It's killing virus.
Is it?
It's heating up.
So let me ask you this. Our taxes have now been increased by 17% to make up for the public mess that has come from the protesting. Well, do you believe that there's a difference between protesting and just political bullshit? Honestly, be honest. I mean, real shit.
This would be considered non-violent protest. Even what's happened here, even burning stuff and throwing stuff, that's still not violent. Violence
That is too violent.
It's not against considered an attack, a direct attack against another person who intends to harm. So
The police don't feel comfortable coming outside because
that's their problem.
what's going to happen to them?
These police have literally gassed, attacked, and brutalized these protesters.
On what
for
day?
months.
Day number what?
For months. I have video of it.
Right, but what day did they start implementing that?
The second day of protesting, right? Was the first day of
I don't know.
I believe it was the third.
I don't know.
The second and third day.
But the first day, bottles of piss were being thrown on officers. I know that to be fact. You may not have pissed in bottles and thrown it on them, but some sick fucks have. That's worse than the corona, honey. That's
I have video of police literally attacking protesters, beating them.
Oh, bitch. Now, if I stood the fuck out her, you would say I'm wrong. What was in that bottle? What was in that fucking bottle? Did that just land on me?
I'm not sure.
There's droplets on my arm and I don't know what it is. Is it? Can you look and see?
It looks like water. I'm not sure.
Right here. On my shoulder. Please tell me you know what that is. Please tell me you know what that is. Is it? No, but it's stuck to my arm. Look at that. What is that? What is that? Oh my God. What is this? That's not water. She threw like sauce or something.
It looks like something from the tree.
Oh my God. You have got to be kidding me. Now you see that? Now I'm black. And I'm going to tell you in the black book, she would got snatched right by her ponytail and drugged all up and throughout here. Because I don't know if that was some bodily fluid. I don't know if that was water. And y'all mad that they done do wet count?
Is it what?
But this is what I'm saying. This is so ineffective. Because people that want to actively participate and show that they are not a part of the racist garbage cannot do that. Because nonsense like this is happening.
So, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Like now the protest is clearly over. Take a look around. No, you can get to your question in 1 second, baby, because you've been real respectful. But take a look around right now. They finna smoke some joints, drink some beers, maybe have sex, maybe gossip a little bit, and go home. But for real, the protest has been over.
I don't understand exactly how you define protest and why this isn't.
This ain't protesting. The protesting was when everybody made their claim, made their statement, made their belief. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like that's...
That's my assumption.
Okay, I think we just
So
have
enlighten me
different
the facts of what a protest looked like.
I think we just have different definitions of a protest, and that's okay.
No, but I'm asking to educate me because I really don't know.
Okay,
That's a protest.
This is a protest.
It's definitely a protest.
Okay, let's look that up. Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
I appreciate you talking to my boy here. He's an adult, so I shouldn't talk about him like that. But
He's always going to be your baby.
He's always a seeker of truth, and that's why he's asking questions.
And he's respectful. And that's why I've entertained him as long as I have.
I appreciate it.
Because he's been respectful.
No.
I don't know.
What made you bring your son down here?
We actually together talked about coming down here because there's so many different versions on social media. It's like, this is bullshit. We need to come see what's happening.
Is your first time?
This is my first time here tonight.
I was here for the vigil that started it, and I have asthma, and I do not have good lungs, and I have been scared to come. But I'm done with that, and I came.
He's old enough, he doesn't need my
All this
permission.
crap going
He's
up
a
in the
grown-up.
air, yeah.
Is this going on in there? Okay, for sure.
So,
I just been getting, excuse me, getting my feed.
I appreciate it.
How are you? Okay.
I'm Marcus.
You know that.
Nice to meet you too. You're so charming. You
Oh,
smell
thank you.
good. Nice.
Oh,
Thank you. I
appreciate
should
it.
shape that.
Call me Mr. Blessings because all I do is rain
I
blessings.
just want to know what are you thinking so far?
Real quick, y'all, guys. I was able to come and see her.
Appreciated the moments when people are talking about the issues and what they can do
Yes,
about
ma'am,
them, and
okay.
I'm also
Yeah.
frustrated by the counterproductive things that I've seen.
Questions.
But people are angry, and I get that.
You too. Thank you. God bless you.
I don't
too.
know that they know the
Thank
best
you.
way to
My name
express
is
it.
Marcus Evans. Nice to meet you. Blessings.
But yeah, see.
Did you get a thing about the definition of protest?
Oh no, my phone has been. I've been pressing buttons, so it's on lock for the next 46 minutes. It's disabled because I've been pressing buttons and it's been trying to unlock itself. But
So,
I want to see facts. Like I'm gonna hear your definition of it, but I would like it if we can pull it up and I can read for myself.
I have a question that I've been trying to get to.
Yes.
You can do either one.
Go ahead. No, I want to hear your perception, and then we'll look at the mutual
I'm not
ground.
going to talk about my perception of a protest. It's just a question separately.
Oh, a question. Go ahead.
So, from your definition of what I'm thinking you have of protests, there have been them for years, right? Like many of them about.
Have you ever
the
done
Black
Have you ever
Lives
done
Matter
protests?
against-
I see. Obviously, your son is kind of knowing some
You know,
stuff.
We,
So,
I
so
personally
how is
haven't
that
since I was in high school.
Going to help?
We had, I don't even remember exactly what it was. That was in like 1991. I don't know what was going on at that point.
I'm not saying that
Rodney King?
One of the Gulf Wars.
Gulf Wars.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's what it
yep,
was.
Gulf War. Yeah, you're right. King was a night later.
Yeah, but we lived in the Midwest for a long time after I got out of high school and got married. And nobody protests South about there and anything there. So.
Right.
But Pacific Northwest is where
No,
family's
not
from, and we moved
no,
back.
honestly, they haven't.
Here we are.
They haven't. And honestly, and the reason why I
It
didn't
was
say
very
I like
brave of her to
reflection.
bring up
Thank you.
the
But
fact
people
that
have
police
not been
officers are people
protesting at
too.
all.
Right.
And it's a very
For
unpopular
years.
opinion, and it was
At
unfortunate
all.
she was shut it
And I
down.
think this
What do you think about
generation
that?
was like, lost
How do you mean?
Like how she said that?
Rain, hell.
I was a fireman for
And I
23
respect
years, and
that.
I know a lot of cops. And I have professionally dealt with asshole cops. But the vast majority of them are wonderful human beings who are overworked and see way too much shit and deal with the worst humanity has to offer. And if I was a cop right now, I don't know how I could go to work and be so unappreciated. And she had a valid point. Like, you know, they're very unpopular right now, but if somebody's trying to break into her house, nobody here is going to be available at 3 a.m. to come to her house and save her. Who are you going to call? There is a place for them. But things have to change. There's no question that there are problems. But moderation and common sense. But at the same time, if we like back off too much, then inertia happens and change doesn't happen. So
Right.
I don't have the answer.
Right.
But I know the absolute of all cops are bastards. That's deeply offensive to me because I know a lot of really good cops. And they're brokenhearted.
I think a lot of times people don't realize like the last call that an officer may have been on. You know, they just think there in the moment how their cop is
You have
treating
no
them.
idea what's going on in their life
Right.
any more than they know about you or me.
Exactly.
They're people.
I think that at the end of
And
the
they got
day,
their own
there
baggage.
are
Right.
a lot
Absolutely.
of,
Thank you for that
for
point of view.
example,
Well,
there
now,
are
how
other police
how does your
officers
son? What his perspective
and
and
their
points of
wives
view are they lining up with yours, or
that
is he
would
seeing something
back
different?
He's
or-
Black
very
Lives
independent in
Matter,
his thinking. We disagree
that
about stuff.
support
Yeah.
We can always talk
Black
about
Lives
it.
Matter,
That's good.
that haven't been able
Still
to support
parenting
it
him.
like they want
Oh
to.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that never goes away. He's
Yeah.
my third. I got or
Okay.
third of 6. So I got 2 that are older than he is.
Okay.
That's the boys in blue.
My daughter's even more
Police are
independent
all
than he is. So
bastards.
Oh, really?
To
So
where
you're
it's
kind of by
like,
yourself
My
a little bit.
black kids
She's,
can't grow up and be thugs and
she's a
gangbangers,
strong woman.
and
I'm
they
proud of
fuck
her.
if
Okay,
They say
okay.
they want to be an officer too.
Leave it at that, right?
So what can they
Okay.
be? They can't grow up and be a thug or a gangbanger because that's frowned upon. But now they're fucked if they grow up and be an officer too. So what am I supposed to tell my son? Grow up and be what? A protester? Because they're saying all officers are bastards.
Fuck all the police, kill them dead. Right, by being, he can change it by becoming one.
Racist about the workers in Oregon, so we got to change that shit.
Right, by being an actual person, right?
Yeah.
He has to become an officer to make that change, right? A lot of us right now can make the change by actually
Don't let him
getting
grow for that shit. If he want to be one, let him be one.
Thank you. But I can't encourage that when I have the whole entire community saying something different.
Who gives a fuck?
No, that's what you say, bro. Look, tell me this. Listen. I can high five you right now because you're so right. Who cares? I'm the first one to tell you that because I took a stand against my own community to come out here and speak my own truth. But at the end of the day, it's the facts and the realities that 14-year-olds and 10-year-olds, everything they do now is on online social media stream, the likes and cares. And if you have a child who's being discouraged from being a gangbanger and a thug, right?
I don't mean to cut you off, but I got sister on private school.
No, but I'm just saying, like, but that's something that people need to be made aware of.
But he can still, I got 4 daughters, they can still be a policeman if they want to.
They can, but at the same time, it doesn't matter for them to what? Grow up and be treated like this?
Would you
discouraged a lot of kids?
No, it doesn't.
It has.
I don't want to do the interview. Keep it on her. No, it doesn't, man. No, it doesn't.
It has.
No, it doesn't.
Would you be discouraged if your daughters or any, they became police officer? Would you be upset?
Like I tell my kids at home, and I got 16 and 22, and I bring them down here sometime. I like, the officers over there taking a lot of shit.
You said what?
The officers over there is taking a lot of shit.
Yeah, they are.
You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers trying to burn down shit that's people's in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kill inmates and stuff. So
people that are actually living in
it. I mean, they gotta protect themselves. You know, there's 2 sides to the story.
And they gotta protect the inmates that's in there.
I ain't in there. Black people ain't even in shit. They don't even want to. Yeah.
Right.
Right, but that's the thing, though, baby, and that's the thing is the that's why I'm out here. Because that's why I'm out here. Because a lot of people in our culture have something to say, but aren't getting up doing nothing. Do you see any black people holding a sign?
Hell no, we're gonna get fucking ostracized.
Okay, so with that,
a lot of white people don't show their faces. They got careers over here. This motherfucker probably a teacher somewhere. He don't want to
with that said, do you think that's making black people look bad?
Now look at that shit.
You don't think so?
This is Portland, man.
Now look at that shit.
Where you at?
Now this is where I gotta say something. Hold on a minute.
What they want to do?
No.
No,
Here.
You know why?
I don't.
You know why?
I don't.
This right here is why I'm getting ready to go say something.
Malcolm X would be proud
Because
of this
I
shit.
am an American citizen, black, white, or indifferent. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, I am proud to be an American. And if I wanted to live in a whole other country and deal with third world issues, I would do that. Because I have the right to do that as an American citizen.
They got a right to
Don't
burn the
get it
flag.
twisted.
They got a right to burn the flag. Well, if you mad about they burn the flag, you should let your kids go on and be cops. For real, don't even worry about it. Cause she's a cop herself.
You a motherfucking lie. Black motherfucking person that said burn the flag.
You act like that.
That's what I'm talking about, stupid motherfuckers. That's not standing for something. That's falling for anything. There are people that died so you can stand here and do this bullshit. People that fought in wars so you can stand here and burn the fucking flag that they died behind. My grandfather is a World War II veteran.
There's veterans in there burning it.
And they some stupid, ignorant motherfuckers, because I can't point out one. But I'm going to tell you right now, if your ass is a veteran, and you don't fought in the motherfucking wars, and you know what it's like to motherfucking fight for a country, to sit there and watch some ignorant, selfish motherfuckers burn a flag, fuck yourself. And that's my motherfucking truth. Now, excuse my language, because see, I came down here saying I wasn't finna cuss. But that shit just pissed me the fuck off. How is that right? My grandfather died in war, so y'all can sit up here and play behind Black Lives Matter and burn motherfucking flags. That be fucked up. When there's people in other countries being raped and slaughtered and fucking sold for nothing, for you to sit up here and be motherfucking goddammit a fucking spectator on a goddamn soapbox, that shit needs to get burnt the fuck down. Shit. job, girlfriend.
Ain't you bitching? They burning in here. Y'all in the country for a motherfucking holiday. And y'all burning flags. Motherfuckers die for y'all to sit here and burn that goddamn flag. Don't disrespect the motherfucking country that your biased ass is sitting up in here living in. If that's the case, get your passport and get the fuck out.
You can't leave.
Yes, you can, goddammit. There's a sea that's open. Start swimming, motherfuckers.
No one can leave.
Shit, you don't tell me. There's a will, there's a way. And let a goddamn bottle hit me. I'ma act a goddamn motherfucking fool. Didn't nobody say Black Lives Matter by throwing bottles and shit? Stop hiding behind bullshit.
They not hiding, they do what they want to do.
No, they doing what they want to do behind the name of your Black Lives.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They do what they want to do.
They just did it.
No, they're not.
They just
How you
did
know
it.
if I want
They
Black Lives
find
Matter?
it funny saying Black Lives Matter.
I want Black Lives
burn the
Matter.
flag. What you
I don't need to wear the outfit. I'm the matter.
Help me understand.
That's stupid.
You gonna burn them
How you know Black Lives Matter?
They're
don't
gonna
sound
tell
like
me
you
that
with
the
it.
shit that my uncle done went out there and got PTSD for and can't fucking function behind. Fighting in the wars and shit, so y'all can have that political right to stand here and protest.
He did that so we could burn a
Tell
flag.
me if they doing that
Thank you,
shit in
sir.
Nigeria.
He did that so we could burn a flag.
Now
So
they,
you
now
know
they
he
making
didn't
in
go to
Nigeria.
burn the motherfucking
Way
flag.
off now.
When you burn a flag, you're saying something else.
Way off.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
Can we get a plane
Fuck
ticket
this
there?
country, then get the fuck out of
Can we
here.
get a plane
What's your
ticket
name?
I'm saying
You're gonna fight to keep it. You're gonna fight to keep
I'm
it.
saying fuck the
Don't
country.
disrespect those that fought for you to have that right.
Nah.
Do you hear that?
I'm saying fuck the country's
He's fighting,
policies.
so let me get this straight.
I love it here.
I'm gonna say fuck the country's policies by burning the flag, right?
Period.
You're not finna yell at me. We're finna have a conversation.
He's not yelling at
About
you.
what?
So,
You're yelling.
first of all,
About what?
You want all the
you're gonna
attention.
say,
You're getting it.
now let me get this right? And correct me if I'm wrong. Fuck the country,
Guys,
I'm
get
gonna
in
burn
line
the
to
flag,
talk to
right?
you. Get in line to ask your questions.
Fuck the country
You'll be here all
by
night.
burning a flag.
No justice!
No, I'm saying, not saying fuck the country. I'm saying, yeah, fuck the country, fuck everybody in it, the goddamn system, so I'm gonna burn a flag.
Yeah.
So when the mayor was down here,
Oh, we're on the same page.
when the mayor was down here,
Fuck Ted Wheeler.
really?
What do you mean?
Why didn't you tell him that when he was down here? Then, baby?
I had to work on this building.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you tell him that when he was
man.
down
Don't tell
here?
him that.
I did.
Because I watched and clearly nobody said shit.
I wasn't here for that
They was
crazy.
high-fiving his motherfucking ass. I can pull up the footage.
Oh no,
Absolutely not true.
that's false. That's false.
completely fucking
There's like
false.
YouTube footage just saying you're
Pull it
lying.
up right
They
now.
were they were saying F Ted Wheeler.
Oh,
They were saying that.
Right?
No. It's
Pull it up right now.
They
He's saying that there
were
is
saying F Ted
Because I'm
Wheeler.
about
Yeah,
facts.
fuck Ted Wheeler. Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth is. You said there's footage right now.
So you
So
still
you're
mad
telling
at,
Ted
you still
Wheeler
mad
to
at
fuck
Colin
himself.
Kaepernick?
Not me personally.
You still mad at Colin
I'm
Kaepernick
talking
right
about
now?
you.
Wait, hold on. How am I mad at Colin Kaepernick?
No, I said you still mad at Colin
I'll
Kaepernick.
show you
He
video of me
disrespected the
telling
flag.
Ted Wheeler
The
he
reason
can
why
fuck
I'm
off.
mad at the fact that
Fuck that
he disrespected the flag
Yeah.
is because that I have a grandfather and an uncle who fought.
But they kneeling
Hold on,
on
let
him.
me
They
finish
kneeling
talking.
on
Don't
him.
ask me a question and interrupt me.
Like what?
I got family, right? I know that one thing, no, because this is real. This is the part of being a black mama, right?
May I ask you a question?
He asked me a question, and I asked you
I got
one,
more
and you
kids than
couldn't
you. I'm
say
older than
shit.
you.
Like I said, he asked me a question. When you asked me when I gave you the time to ask me the question, you couldn't
Now,
answer
Colin
me.
Kaepernick, was he
I
disrespecting
sat
the
there.
flag?
I don't even know who the fuck that is. But what I can tell
I
you,
told you the one kneel down. You knew.
Which
Colin
one
Kaepernick. Yeah, kneel down
Enlighten
for the flag. He didn't want to.
oh, the black brother that said, yeah, no, we finna do it.
He disrespect the flag.
No, he didn't.
All right, so if they
Let me
burning the
tell you
flag,
this.
they
Let me tell you
disrespect
this. He didn't burn the motherfucking flag. He took a stand against something different.
May I ask you something?
it. He want to burn the motherfucker.
May I ask you something?
Come again.
So, may I ask you something? So, you find it disrespectful that they're burning the flag, yes?
I do.
So,
No,
my
why?
understanding is that this country was built on the blood of black people that were stolen from their own fucking land, right? I'm not trying to justify white
Yes.
people. I want to uplift black people
You're right.
protesting their land.
You're right. But not all of us came from Africa. That's a lie. But go
That's
ahead.
absolutely
And it was a
correct.
black slave
But this is
that
how
brought
this
us
country
over
is.
here.
The United States
Huh.
was built on black people's blood and
And-
labor.
And natives.
Right?
And Native Americans.
Absolutely. I'm Native myself.
Yeah, let's not forget natives.
I'm Costa Rican. I'm indigenous. Absolutely.
Right, I'm just
But
saying.
like I wasn't stolen from my land was stolen. Yes. but I wasn't literally stolen from my land for another person's country, right? So
Right.
so I'm just trying to understand like
But
where.
so this is why I say that, right? For an example, this country, if you've been stolen from, or so like if you've been kidnapped from your own country, and you've been placed in an obscene country, that's become who you are. I don't know my genetic ancestors and roots. I can get an ancestry test and find out. It won't tell me what tribe I'm from. It will give me a generalization of what I'm supposed to believe.
And that's why
Let me
Black
finish
Lives
talking
Matter.
because I didn't interrupt you.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a black slave that spoke 10 different languages that worked with the white man getting the slaves over here in the first place, okay? He lied, manipulated, and tricked a lot of slaves into coming on the ship in the first place, okay? So the honest problem starts there because there's still them Uncle Tom motherfuckers standing around here that don't want to, and when I say that, I mean it in the most urban way form, okay? That being that there's more than one way to get your point across without being blatantly disrespectful. Just like I'm out here saying that you shouldn't burn the flag because I feel disrespected by that. You know why? Because there was a point in time where the people that died behind that flag believed what you believe right now. And their generation, their time, their age, that was their truth, that was their fact, that was their merit. That is what made them go out there and fight for this country.
So like
When they knew darn well that Bill Clinton was getting his dick sucked by whoever and it wasn't none of our business in the first place.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
They didn't say, I'm not going to go fight because you got your dick sucked by whoever and what they got to put the presidency in China. No. They got up and they fought anyway. Just like when we had people that were in Iraq and we were saying, bring our troops home, right? Right?
Yeah.
Not all of them came home. Some of them died out there. Let's be real. And the fact that they died fighting behind what they believed in. And when you burn that flag, time out, you're making a statement physically by saying, fuck their belief in what they died for. That's why I say, don't burn the flag, baby. You can burn the flag, truthfully, by developing a whole nother system that's been broken and completely disregarded pro-black. By doing that means that when you see me at the goddamn grocery store and I may be $10 short on my grocery list, pay it forward, cover that. Show me that my life matters by not degrading me and disrespecting me when I try to say my own piece in a crowd of people that only have their own belief. Show me my life matter when my son down here whipping on broke with a pistol in his pocket, standing for something that he believed in. Show me that Black Lives Matter by not streaking ass naked, ripping to the goddamn Justice Center like that's the thing to do. That right there, any black person will tell you, and I don't know about anyone outside of myself, but I feel as though people have been making a mock out of black people by saying Black Lives Matter and they're streaking and setting motherfucking fires and burning flags, but not near one of them have changed the system. Now you want to say defund the police? I can tell you about the plethora of other things that can be defunded that make way more than a little bit of what they do.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's start with the Department of Human Services, correct? The systems of foster care. There are more black kids that are in the foster care system right now. That system is fucked. 100%. Them caseworkers are making more money to clock off at 5 o'clock and come down here and do shit like this when there's a little girl getting molested by her brother or her goddamn brains beat out by her daddy and can't go nowhere because there's no foster parents. Why? Because they got felonies like me and they're not considered good enough to run a foster home. So that black child gets to sit there in the system going from foster care home to institutional and racism and institutional residential treatment facilities becoming institutionalized to then grow up and come out here and prostitute and gang.
Are you from here?
Born and raised, baby. That's why I'm out here because I got a whole lot of room to say something.
Yeah, so I work for a nonprofit I'm a case manager for youth under OIA custody. So everything that you're saying, I completely understand. I see it, I fight it every single day. And the reason why I'm asking what I did is because I'm seeing like these white people burn the shit, right? And I'm like, this is distracting. Like what you're saying, like the streaking, the whatever is distracting from the actual cause of Black Lives Matter.
And
that's why I wanted to ask you, like, why do you find it offensive? I wanted to hear it.
Right, and it continuously goes on. Like, there's people that legitimately have facts, and I'm not saying that what they're standing for. The first thing I said when I came out here, correct me if I'm wrong, was I respect y'all for putting in so much time and dedication relentlessly, day in and day out. But now, I'm saying enough is enough from the black community. That it's time to clean up. Hold on, let me finish. You can protest all you want. On this side of the fence, do what you gotta do. When I come down here with my crew and we start scrubbing these walls, if I find out that one person from the Black Lives Matter movement went back over it with spray paint, I'm gonna have something to say, personally, one-on-one, off the camera. You know why? Because now you're telling me that my act of kindness is irrelevant, but you're saying my Black Life matters.
Yep.
That's a contradiction. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
When I see this, it makes me cry. It makes me anxious. It makes me scared because we're already in the middle of a pandemic. When shit hit the fan and we get martial law, the black people are the ones to get stressed and run first. Where we gonna hide? Y'all should be building bunkers underground right now. Because I'm telling you, there's a whole nother pandemic coming. Barack Obama already warned us of that. He said y'all was supposed to be buying these respiratory system machines a long time ago. But instead, y'all want to fund the cities and the counties and give them more money. When now we got people dying from the coronavirus when he said it himself. There's going to be a virus that comes, and it's going to be real contagious, and you're going to need these machines. Oh no, fund the cities, the county needs. And now what? We ain't got enough respiratory machines. Not Oregon, but New York sure didn't have enough. These are facts. So study to show thyself approved. If you're out here standing for something, then you should be able to go toe-to-toe with me right now. And I'm telling you, the law books and all that, baby, I'm telling you off of experience. I'm the first one to tell you about a couple of officers that I can Mirandize, but that's not my job. My job is to make sure that I stay out of their way so they ain't got room to come and say shit to me, because I know I don't like them, and if they do say something to me, I'm gonna have a whole lot to say. Then the ones that I do rock with, I want to be able to articulate and bump elbows, and you know what I'm saying, hopefully get wiped up by a single one, and I need to be able to do that, positioning myself like that right there. And I'm gonna tell you this too, for the some little, and I'm gonna call her a king because she deserves it. She threw over a bottle and it got some liquid stuff on me, and I don't know where the heck it came from. It wasn't water, and it wasn't none of mine. And the fact that she didn't even give a fuck to come back and say I apologize, excuse me, or any of that goes to show me that she's doing that because she has her own issues at home and she wants to deflect her anger. And this is the perfect place to do so. And that's not the time. If you're out here to protest, more power to you. I respect it. Do what you do. I'm gonna sit back and watch and cheer you on. But if you're out here to make a mess, not the waste of your time, then shut it down. Like this, it's enough. Right, 65 days of bullshit. It's like 65 days till Christmas. When are we gonna, like, come on. If you wanna make an impact, now you have political attention. Y'all jumping on camera, man, who has the political platform to get your fucking point across. So imagine that, like that. That is unacceptable.
And that's the thing that's gonna piss him off. And just
that's poking the bear.
Exactly.
That's poking the bear. So when they come out with guns ablazing, don't be mad because I tried to warn you. You get what I'm saying?
Let me ask if you don't mind. Now, while I've been sitting here and you've been talking, I've heard about 3 or 4 things go over the fence.
Yeah.
But I've been hearing that it's the feds and the police starting stuff. What would, how's that balance out? When I just saw 4 or 5 different things go over in the period of 5-10 minutes.
So the thing is that people are throwing shit over there, right? Which I don't agree with. I think like what she was saying is antagonizing the situation. But the thing is, the reaction, like throwing some water balls and shit like that, does not. It's not an excuse to come out with the force that they did.
Because it's a piece of...
You know what I mean? There are less, non-lethal, whatever. There are less lethal matters to be able to intervene and de-escalate, which is what social workers do. Which is, I'm a social worker. That's why I'm down here. This is why I became a social worker, right? I'm trying to de-escalate the situation and remind people of what actually matters. Black Lives Matters. It's not your ego. It's not your anger towards the fucking building. It's not the feds. Yes, the feds we're here, and that was aggravating. But it's about Black Lives Matter. And that's why I wanted to hear her opinion, because I agree with her, you know.
But they're doing it on Black Lives Matter.
I'm indigenous, and I am an ally to the Black Lives Matter movement, but I'm not black. So that's why I wanted to hear her point of view.
What does indigenous mean for people who don't know what it means?
So I am Native. I am Native American from Costa Rica, which a lot of people get confused about. It's like, oh, that's not the United States, but it's a part of the Americas. So I'm Native from Costa Rica. But I lived in the U.S. my whole life.
Okay. So before the feds got here, because this stuff is going on, now we're in the second, we're going into like, the second month, 2 months of this. So,
60 days now.
yeah. So before the feds were here, the police came out with sound system warning people nightly. So whose fault was it then? Was it still the police's fault, or was it other people's fault? Like, who was starting engaging?
Well, I think what they're doing is trying to justify their racist ways, right? People are showing up and saying like, hey, we want justice for the people, the black people that you have murdered that were innocent, which is beyond just George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. There are so many fucking names. And so I think what it should be is that people showing up and saying that this is not okay, but they are trying to reinforce their ways by being extra violent. But it's also distracting the cause from other people. They're just like, well, this is my city. This is like the white supremacist notion of like, I own this place. And
you said the white supremacist?
Well, the white supremacy notion, because white supremacy, it's in the veins of this country. And so people don't even realize that they're acting upon that by being so possessive. Like, this isn't even their land. This is Chinook land. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, I don't agree with the people that antagonize, but I want people to stand up and remember why we're here. Like, I don't like the burning, I don't like that shit. Unless it's a black person that says it's necessary and I hear them out, that's why I approached her. That's why I asked her. So I see you do have, a shield. Yeah.
And what's
so
that?
I'm a part of a medic group.
Okay.
I'm a part of a medic group called the Clubs Busters Medic. So what I do is just, I stay in the back, along the edges here, and I just observe. And then once the feds come out and they start attacking, I move forward and I get the injured out.
Okay. So is that what most of the people are doing with the shields?
That's what I personally do. I can't say for anyone else that has shields. This is like to protect me, because they literally, I've been shot at with fucking everything.
Right.
And like, look, I'm not destroying anything. You know what I mean? But yeah.
I appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. All right, people are starting to throw things. My battery's getting low too.
When the mayor comes down and asks you what's going on, what's wrong,
I'm like 15%. I don't have nothing with me.
I've been standing around watching, because all that does is it continues to make them think that they're doing right.
That's the reason why I'm out here. That's the reason why we're out here. It's because we want to see. That's how I feel. Stupid fucking kids. And it's pretty damn disgusting. But this is a minority. Don't worry about it. I know. I understand.
My grandma didn't march after King today. Jesus didn't die for our sins for this. Like, he made us all an image of him. Don't you get it? Like, we're supposed to love each other. Why does it have to continue? You wouldn't see me for my skin color. You wouldn't judge him for what he chooses to be when he grows up. Like, it shouldn't be anything. It should be people actually caring that we're all human. That's what this is about. Everybody deserves to live. Everybody has a chance. Stop, please.
No.
Please stop.
Do not touch me.
Go be a cop. Go be a cop. You're talking to the police. This is what they want. No. You got me fucked up. Fuck them kids. What do you mean? Every life matters. No, don't worry. I'm gonna do it down there. I'm gonna do it down there. I'm gonna stay right here. Okay, cool. Go be a cop then if you want to stop me. So hate out here in the world. I'm coming down. Don't stop me then. Go be a cop if you want to stop me. Why is it so hateful? Why is everybody so angry? There's so much hate in this world. And all we're doing is feeding to it. You guys have to understand, I don't care what it takes for you to see. I may not be able to convince you, but just stop.
Came back.
That's the
You're doing the right thing.
That's the stop.
Thank you.
There's so much going on. Like the world is damn near ending. It's scary enough. We have to make it end like this.
They're gonna attack us no matter what we do.
You're choosing to make them. You're provoking them. Please, guys, go home. Don't come back down here unless you're willing to help clean up. I'm sorry. You can hate me for what I believe, but these people, they have lives. There are people living in there right now.
Don't ever apologize. Don't ever apologize.
You know, they're living in there. You guys burn this thing up. They're gonna stay in there. They're locked down. I know it's like to be in there, and you are scared that the moment the world comes to an end, and you're fucked because you're stuck in there. And you guys have made that their reality. No. There become a felon. So I know that's what I'm saying. Why not me? Why not me? I should work there because I know what it's like to be an inmate. I know what it's like to be on the other side too. This is what I'm saying. We are going through hell already. Look at the coronavirus. Look at the bubonic and the whatever it is. Yeah, there's another thing out now here. This is like the what they call it, the bubonic something. But like, look it up. It's real. Like, the world is ending. We have to end it like this.
Breaking some wood to start a fire.
We have to come together because when they say that shit the coronavirus is at all-time high in martial law, I'm gonna look for each and every person out here to help me get me to a bunker. Me and my kids. Because this is what we should be renting. What if the coronavirus goes so rampant and they say fuck it and they shut the whole government down? What we don't want, y'all think y'all fans are doing something now?
I got about 10% left on my battery, folks. I'm going to sign off. Sorry that I can't continue. Sorry I didn't bring no extra battery with me. I wasn't expecting we was going to stay out here this long just due to the atmosphere and stuff. So I'm actually kind of surprised, to be honest with you. The crowd has thinned out here tonight. It's definitely thinner than it was when we first got here. This whole street was crowded and full. So I'm going to sign off. Don't forget to check out me on Facebook, the Black Conservative Preacher. You can check that out on Facebook. Stay connected with Common Sense Conservative, CSC Media. We're always doing live streams, as well as there's plenty of videos up there for your enjoyment, for you to watch, to get educated on. So thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great night. God bless.